It was about time. What is up, you guys? It is your boy, Brenton Vickers here, and welcome to another video. And today, we are in... I swear to God, if it deleted my new owner crap, I am going to be pissed. Okay, thank God. But today, we are going to be doing the Broncos rebuild. The Broncos... I don't even know what to say. Like... I might just explain the team, I guess. I don't know. But the Broncos are one of those teams that just create new problems. Like Russell Wilson finally having a good game. I did. Jerry Jeudy was hurt for a few weeks, so I will admit at that point, then that kind of makes sense of why they kind of fell off a little bit. Cornette Sutton not playing like he has been usually. Javonte Williams not doing as well, which I guess is kind of expected when you tore your ACL. Marlon Mims has been doing pretty good as a receiver so far. I don't know how good your O-line has been. I have honestly had came to every live stream you have done. Okay, that's interesting, but yeah, appreciate it. But this defense has been the biggest problem with this team. You want the biggest problem with this team? Pretty much everything. Zach Allen, I really did like the signing of Zach Allen. It's just, it really wasn't really just something that unfortunately just didn't work. Justice Simmons has, unfortunately, this is kind of the same thing with Patrick Surtain.
This is the development trait. Here are players
wasting their talents. And yeah, that's a bit of an issue, but we're going to be doing just completely tearing down the team. Rebuild. Russell Wilson is the #1 player that we need to get rid of. Russell Wilson, I'm not saying there is absolutely anything wrong with this guy. Like, he's actually played a lot better this year than he has in any of the other years he's played in. I am going to upgrade him a little bit just for him to, well, just be good in maybe some other team, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, we are just going to start from scratch. We will keep our rookies, who can hopefully develop into good players, but that's about it. So let's see, what could we get for Russell Wilson? He is 34, 35 or something like that, but he is an 81 with star devs, so that should be some... Okay, then. I did not expect we could get DJ Moore, Varys Jones Jr., and a 4th for exchange for him, but okay. Denzel Ward a third and a 7th next year. So we're getting some good offers. So it proves that we could maybe get a 1st-round pick for exchange of Russell Wilson. AJ Terrell in the 4th. That is a little hard to pass on. And imagine how our defense could be with AJ Terrell, Patrick Surtain. Like, that would be disgusting. That is actually not bad. It's just the problem is that Leonard Williams kind of just an extend trade piece, so he's not going to be good at all. Kenny Pickett in a 2nd next year, that wouldn't be bad. It's just like, I don't think I want to develop Kenny Pickett. So I think what I'm going to do is just look for a team that needs a quarterback, and I might as well just trade him to the Broncos, since this team kind of could use a actual better quarterback. So how about this? I could throw in 2 1st-round picks and Christian Darrisaw. This could. I don't think this is going to get accepted, but this could. And it's in the yellow, so there's something. I actually forgot we don't have a 2nd this year. I actually forgot about that. So let's just throw in a 2nd instead of a 1st, and we're also going to throw in a 3rd. So I do think this is probably going to get accepted, and it will. So we get Russell Wilson and a 3rd-round pick for exchange of a 1st. Christian Darrisaw would be a very good piece to this rebuild, and a 2nd-round pick. So that is some very good pieces right there, hopefully, to fix this team. Then, next players I want to do are our running backs. Supreme, I'm kind of curious to see what we could get for him. And you know what? Let's throw in Kareem Jackson. You know, two kind of interesting players and values. So let's just see if any team might have any sort of interest with these two. You know what? The Panthers, they are kind of young teams, so they could use some veteran players. So I wouldn't be surprised if they want to try to make a deal with us. So how about just a second round pick? And is there really any other player? Well, let's just try to find like a development player, like a guy who could try to develop into a star, potentially. You know what? No. Let's do Terrace Marshall Jr. Yeah, this guy had potential, but unfortunately hasn't been there. But we're in the green. How about, let's try to throw in Foster Moreau. Let's try to throw him in there. Okay, not enough. Okay, so we're going to need a little bit more value. Frank Clark. I don't think this is going to get accepted. Nope. Just accept my offer, please. How about Alex Singador? Alright, trade accepted. Second and Terrace Marshall for exchange of all of these three players. Honestly, pretty good deal for us just because we can develop him maybe into being a good receiver. Unlike what they actually have been. Javonte Williams, yep, definitely another player I want to get rid of. He's young. He's an 80 overall. There is probably some good value with him, so maybe we could get a first out of him. I mean, I'm not saying that we're going to, but we could. How about just a first-round pick from the Chiefs? How about that? Okay, so it's a green, but I would prefer not to trade him into a team that is in our division. So, yeah. First round pick. Okay, so again, it's still in the green. Let's try to throw in, you know what? Let's try to throw in Garrett Bowles. They kind of don't need a tackle that much. So how about, let's just throw in one of their depth players could be. Alright, so first for pretty much a good running back and a death piece at your line. So, hey, I'll take it. Even if it might be in the later rounds. Garrett Bowles, next player. We're just going to be trading, like, again, this is going to be a wreck. A wreck. Just like a complete wreck. Let's see what we can get for these two players. Okay, you can definitely get something out of this. You know what? Let's try to get Jamar Chase. I'm just a little curious if we could. I don't think we will, but let's see how close it could be. Okay, we are halfway. That's something. Who else do I want to throw in? They do need a right tackle. Do have one in Micah Glenchie. So let's see if this gets accepted. Nope. Okay. Let's just accept that might not happen. So yeah. The card. Let's try to get their first round pick because I'm not expecting it to be that high. Okay, a little halfway. Who do we want them to trade as well to maybe get this trade to go? I don't want to trade just at Simmons because they already have another safety that's good. So just having those two could easily make them win. Okay, so I don't think we're going to be getting that. Fortunate. How about 2 first-round picks? I don't think this will also get accepted, but nope. Okay, and they also didn't have any value for Garrett Bowles, so I guess that kind of makes sense. Jaguars. Nope, they don't have any cap space. Why not? Same thing with the Jets. You know what? How about first-round pick and Tarzan Knight, who can, for now, be my starting running back, I guess, and a first next year. I forgot they don't need a tackle. I just wanna cry. Oh no, it won't stop. Alright. How about this? Just a first, 2 first-round picks. I don't think this is also going to get accepted. How about just our I think this is our second and then a first. Okay, that's also not accepted. How about just their first? Wow. Okay then, that's how much they don't view of these players. That's incredibly interesting. Um. Okay, you know what? I kind of just lost ideas of what I want to do at this point with these two players because I don't know what to do with them. Okay, so you know what? Let's just like throw this and Luke Cushenberry. They do need a center. Nope, of course not. How about I just throw in a second? Like at this point, I'll accept anything at this point. So how about 2 second-round picks for these players? All right, accepted. We're getting Texans second and their next year's second for exchange of Garrett Bowles and Gordon Sutton. Jerry Jeudy is on his contract year, so he's probably not going to get a whole lot of value because of that. But I also want to trade in Mike Lynchy as well, and maybe you could get a first-round pick out of it. You never know in this world. 11th overall pick. They could use some weapons on offense, and they're not going to accept it. Why shouldn't I be shocked? I didn't even mean to throw him in there. I thought, oh, Zach Allen's left then. Whoops. No, not quite. How about Josie Jewell? I don't think this is gonna get accepted. Nope. Alright, well, gotta find a new team. Pittsburgh, you, kinda don't need receiver. Okay, you kinda do, actually. Never mind. Because Deontay Johnson, I don't know what the heck he's doing. But how about a first-round pick? That's literally all I'm asking for these 2 players. Okay, great. You could use a linebacker. No. What could, you know what, let's just see. What could we get for these 2 players? I'm honestly just genuinely curious. So we could get Jawan Brisker and Dan Freeney. Not very interested. I like Jawan Brisker. It's just like, okay, I could get Chase Young. That could be a good player to develop and hopefully work with around this rebuild. You know what's one player I just kind of realized it was, and I kind of don't need anymore? It's John Johnson the third. Or the second. They don't need another edge rusher, so I guess this is your opportunity to throw that in there. Okay. I thought that was going to be a little bit more close to accepted than I thought it was going to be. Okay, apparently they don't want to trade him so easily. I guess that's understandable. How about Frank Clark? You need an outside linebacker, and the trade is accepted. We get Jermaine Johnson the second, and a second next year for Jerry Jeudy, Micah Glenchie. So we're almost done with trading pretty much all of our offensive players. Actually, there's pretty much 2 more left. But I want to trade Luke Cushenberry and Jeffrey Simmons on the same package and hope that we can get, like, hopefully the number 3 overall pick from the Cardinals. But honestly, though, you never know. Okay, so this is pretty darn close. Just not close. Okay, they do need a left guard. And it's not accepted. I'm not surprised. And you know what? Let's try to throw in a second next year. Let's try to throw a second next year. And hopefully this gets accepted. And we might be throwing it. Okay. So, trade accepted. Honestly, I feel like we kind of weren't undervalued. But that's alright. I mean, we already have a ton of first-round picks anyways. Ben Powders, I'm hoping that we can get, like, a second or something for exchange of him, because, like, I feel like he could. And let's trade in DJ Jones as well. Let's try to find suitors for these 2 players. You know what? Let's trade the Seahawks. They kind of do need some players. So, I'm not expecting this to be accepted off the rim, but it could. Nope, not surprisingly. Second round pick and a 4th. How about that? should be accepted. Yep, that is. So a second and a fourth for exchange of those two nobodies. Then we got. We only got like a few players left. Yeah, Juicy Jewell, one of the other players I want to get rid of. Zach Allen, one of the other players I want to get rid of. And Patrick Surtain, because I don't want to waste his entire career just on a team that is literally going to be doing nothing. So, yeah. Nick, I'm just hoping, since he is 23, we could potentially get something for him. And he's also a 70, so maybe we could get something out of him. Really, I'm hoping is we could get a third-round pick to a needy outside linebacking team. But, again, that's just what I'm hoping for, and I don't know if that's going to happen. So, third-round pick, and accepted. Hey, I'll gladly take that over having nothing from Nick Bonito. Alright, so next player should hopefully have more value than him. In Zach Allen. Hopefully we get more value for him. And let's just throw in Jonathan Cooper. Because I think years could just boost up the value just a smidge. And maybe let's just see if there's any possible interest for him. Okay, so apparently the Seahawks are interested in both players, which I think is interesting. And it's green for a first-round pick. I think it was more than the other trade I threw not that long ago. Let's throw in our final offensive player in Quincy Mizzier. And they don't want that right now. Are you freaking kidding me? You know what? Let's just, see what we could get here. We could get Darnell Mooney. Okay, that's not that bad. Christian Harris in the 7th. Obviously, he could just be a depth player or potentially maybe a starting edge rusher, one of the two, or else a linebacker that might want to consider developing him. Zio Jalari, that's not bad. It's just the problem is he hasn't been properly developing. I think I'm gonna go with. Well, let's try to trade for one decent player from Seattle. I don't think they're going to accept this, but you never know. Let's try to get Tyler Lockett, and obviously just hope that we can trade him. And oh my god, okay, I did not expect them to accept it, but they accept it, so I'm not gonna complain. So now, we have him. I think I might want to do is trade him and Patrick Surtain and just see what happens. And hopefully we could get a good value for that. We still got a few other players I want to trade. I think there's just a couple more left in Juicy Jewell and Christian Amira, and then that's pretty much it. So hopefully we could get a first, but I don't think we're going to because these guys are 7. Carlton Davis, he's a decent corner to build around, I guess. Cordell Patterson, maybe. I kind of don't like any of the offers, I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm gonna just accept this one. Just some depth at receiver and Eric McCoy. I'll take it. Now, this is going to be an offer that is going to hopefully give us a ton of picks. Patrick Surtain and Tyler Lockett. They should be, pretty darn freaking big. We're already getting into big offers. Jamar Chase, T. Higgins. Yeah, those are two big-time receivers. We're going to be getting something big from them. Hopefully, in that matter. You know what? Let's try to get Zach Moss. He's kind of undervalued in this game for some reason. I feel like he should be a little higher in my opinion, but that's okay. So, Zach Moss and... No. You know what? No. Let's try to trade from... Which team kind of needs a receiver? The Ravens? They kind of could use receiver and corner. Kind of, because they have Marlon Humphrey. They can get Kyle Hamilton, which that could be a big piece on Smith. I think he's actually more valued, but you never know if we don't accept it. Okay, yeah, he was significantly in that matter. I would like just to get an edge rusher, just somebody, but They don't have any edge rushers, I guess. They don't really have anybody to get to the quarterback that I want. Tyler Linderbaum would have been nice, but I already have a decent player there. Rashad Bateman, he's so no. Dang, there's just like no one that I want from this team, so I'm kind of just getting determined to see who the frick wants these guys. Rams, you want them? You kind of could use a receiver, kind of. How about corner? Let's see here. Yeah, your corner room is kind of garbage, despite Duke Shelley. Should be higher overall, in my opinion. 2 first-round picks. Hopefully this gets accepted, and I don't have, and then I could go on my way. No, of course not. Why not, eh? Please, just accept this deal. Oh my god. When will this treachery end? Please. New England could use a good corner. I'm pretty sure Bill Belichick is familiar with Patrick Surtain, so maybe he might be familiar with Patrick Surtain II. Tusa's first, and Josh Uche. Hopefully this gets accepted, because I'm getting very pissed. And thank God it gets accepted. Patrick Surtain and Tyler Lockett going to the Patriots for 2 first-round picks, and Josh Uche, who I think can develop into arguably a pretty good player. So, yeah, our team is not looking that good right now, but again, that's expected, I guess, when you are literally pretty much building from the ground up at this point. We're going to change this defense to KC, and I'm just going to run with KC's offensive playbook, and I'll just see what happens, I guess, you know. You never know. Josh Uche will be moved to right end, so we kind of already have our edge rushers, which I guess is neat. But that's kind of about it. So, yeah. Hopefully, I'm just honestly hoping that both of them combined can just have 15 sacks this year. That is literally my only expectation. And hopefully hoping that Drew Sanders, because he's probably going to get a lot of tackles this year, wins Defensive Rookie of the Year. So, I mean, outside of that, I got nothing. I guess we'll hope that Marlon Mims wins Defensive Rookie of the Year, which I don't think that's going to happen. So, the reason why I'm the Broncos is because there are some good reasons of why their season has stinked under new management. So that's why we're going with them. Well, as the GM role. I mean, owner role, not GM role. What the frick am I talking about? Sorry. Tired. Despite I got good sleep last night, I am not going to lie with you on that. The Broncos, this is a lie. The only reason why I like doing this is because my uncle is here, who is a Broncos fan, and he's been very pissed off lately because of how bad their team has been. Honestly, again, I feel like the biggest issue with this team is Vance Joseph. I think it's entirely Vance Joseph's fault. Because he went from being a top 10 defense in the league under Nathaniel Hackett to being one of the worst teams in the league with one of the worst defenses in the league. Sean Payton isn't the issue. You know what the big issue is? Vance Joseph, the defensive coordinator for the Broncos. And I am very shocked he is still having a job after that horrific performance against the Chicago Bears and the Miami Dolphins. So, yeah. I swear, if he doesn't, actually, have, a score under 10 game or something like that pretty soon, this makes no sense. It's kind of like the Josh McDaniel hiring. It makes no sense why he still has a job. Was he better than Nathaniel Hackett? Yes. Yes, he was. Was he better than literally any other coach in the league? No. No, he isn't. Like, Todd Bowles, like, you could say he had a bit of the fault, but I also think it was maybe the offensive coordinator. But, like, again, and we're proving, like, their season so far is proving that maybe Todd Bowles wasn't the issue. Maybe it was kind of Tom Brady. Maybe it was because of injuries. Maybe it's because of the O-line. You never know, really. Like, you can't blame the finger at one person, which I guess that is a good point for Vance Joseph, even if I think he does have a negative impact to the team. Because, like, they have, like, no pass rush. Zach Allen, like I said, is, like, the only player, and Reggie Gregory has gotten cut. So, honestly, what I might do if I'm the Broncos here is just throw a trade for, I don't know, an edge rusher that can help you. Like, players like Alex Highsmith or Chase Young, like, something like that. I don't know. Okay, so not surprisingly, we're 0-7. I'm actually pretty glad that we're
View your
0-7.
team. Quickly review the
Because that
league's
means
top
we might get
performers.
a very good draft pick this year, I believe. Steering defense. Which I'm also glad as well. I don't want it to be the worst, but I want it to kind of be the worst so we can actually, like, get the first overall pick this year and hopefully draft a generational player to fix this garbage team. Let's see
This
what
player's
wins
development
we
trait
get.
is hidden.
Okay,
Put him in your
still a
lineup.
hidden development trait, but hopefully that changes what's going on. I think I am going to change the scheme, and that might have some impact into us actually being good, maybe. I don't know. But just on offense, not defense. Not surprising, our O-line sucks, but I wish Christian Darrisaw actually learned how to block. Yeah, not surprising. Drew Sanders, 57 tackles. Not even surprised. Josh Uche has, not surprisingly, the most sacks, and somehow, in some way, my second best edge rusher, in Jameer Johnson, has only gotten 0 sacks so far. That is a little disappointing. Durian Mathis is at least is playing, I think, alright. He's only allowing 14 catches, so I guess that's a good thing, I guess. So, he's kind of proving that he is a lockdown corner. So, I guess that's a good thing, I guess. Like, he's only, like, so, in this game, he allowed 0. This game, he allowed 0. So, he only allowed, like, his, like, kind of average is kind of, like, 2, I guess. Like, you know what, let's see here. What's 14 divided by... Yeah, so, yeah, it is an average of 2, because he's averaging 2 catches allowed, which... That's not that bad, to be honest. So, hey, I guess that's going alright for him. Yeah. I don't think there is anybody that I would prefer to sign this year. I don't think there's going to be, unless Christian Darrisaw.
These players are on the
I
last
forgot
year
about
of their
Josh Uche. So, yeah, we have Josh Uche. And that's it. But we also have negative $20 in caps. We might not be able to get Josh Uche, which is going to be unfortunate. Because I traded him for 2 very good players, and Tyler Lockett and Patrick Surtain. Unless those 2 picks were top 5 picks, that kind of makes that very pointless. I mean, yeah, Drew Sanders. I'm not surprised he has a temp boost. I don't know for TMP, which I don't know what that is. And not surprisingly, he has a bad morale boost, which I am not that surprised at all, because our team is hot diddly garbage. But at least again, our defense is doing alright. As the 3rd worst defense. Like, pretty much my team has exactly been what I thought this team was going to be. Which is 0-7, and our defense isn't ranked the worst, but it's near the worst, and our offense is ranked the worst. Exactly what I expected. So yeah, we're going to change our offensive scheme. Hopefully this actually makes our team not good yet, but like maybe win 1 game at least. Okay, so apparently we are having a very good in West Coast power run, so that's nice. So let's go run that then, I guess. Hopefully Christian Darrisaw decides how to freaking block. So, yeah. I kind of, like, wanted to see how our draft picks is. Obviously, I know our draft pick is easily the number 1 overall pick. Easily. So, that shouldn't be a question. But I'm just kind of curious to see what draft picks we have. Because I think we only have 2 first-round picks, surprisingly. No. And somehow... No, we actually have, like, 4 first-round picks. I didn't know that. But somehow, we are not ranked the number 1 overall pick so far, which I think is very interesting. So we have 4th, and you know what I'm going to try to do is swing a trade to maybe move up into the draft with one of those 3rd-round picks, hoping that it gets accepted, because, you know, it'd be pretty nice to have, to move up in the draft and just have a better draft pick. So quarterback, yeah, I think is easily... I think what I might be focusing on in scouting. I mean, I don't know really. Like, so yeah, quarterback, cornerback, and defensive tackle. And obviously, all needed positions. So I'm just kind of hoping that these quarterbacks actually can pan out into actually beast. So yeah. The one thing I am probably going to do is sim it to week 11, so we're going to have to go through some weeks of pain, unfortunately. Hopefully, we just lose all of our games. I want us to go 0-17. Or just bad enough to get the 1st overall pick. One of the two. Okay, so at least we are put up a pretty big fight against the Chiefs, but again, lost, which is what I want. So, yeah, I'm just praying to the Lord that our team is bad enough for us to get the 1st overall pick this year. But I'm also hoping that we actually can play close in close games. Never. But I also, again, like I said, I would like them to be close, at least. So that means we kind of have a fight in us. But preferably more towards a defensive type of game. Yeah, like 24-21. Pretty much. Did we get Christian Darrisaw back? Oh, wait, no, it's not Christian Darrisaw. It's Josh Uche. I forgot. Forgot. We have negative cap space. You know what would be nice? If we didn't have negative cap space. And it's probably because of all the trading that it decided to do, which that's okay, because like I said, it's okay. So, do we have all of our quarterbacks like 100%? No, we don't. Okay. So, yeah. Our thing to start off is going to fill our 3. You know what? I'm not going to do him just because, like, I'm not a big fan of strong arm quarterbacks. I'm going to use it on the wide receiver, who's expected to be a slot receiver, funny enough, so that's interesting. But, yeah, anyways, we're going to simulate it to the off season, because I'm not expecting us to make it to the playoffs. I'm not expecting us to hopefully win another game. Like, I'm just hoping that we don't win another game, because if we do win another game, like, I just don't want us to win, period. I want us to play close, but not win games. Like, if we beat the Vikings here, for example, we are not going to have the 1st overall pick. So, that's what I just want to happen. Perfect. We went 1-16. Should be good enough to not let us get the first. I mean, not. It's good enough to probably give us the first overall pick, unless somehow some team went 0-17, or a team that went 1-16 and we beat a team that beat them, or we just beat them as well. So you never know. But yeah. Okay. So unfortunately, we didn't win defensive or rookie of the year. That's a little unfortunate. But let's just see, I guess, our cap room. Okay, our cap room situation is still terrible. It's not great. But let's just see if there's, like, any depth traits or something like that. Okay, so there is nothing. Okay. Oh, Tim Patrick's going to come back from injury. How exciting, just for you to get immediately traded. Yeah, I think nobody got a depth trait either on on defense as well, so that's okay, because pretty much everybody on the team is going to get replaced, so who cares? I mean it. Who cares?
Welcome to your franchise staff.
Yep, you're fired because you suck. In real life, in that matter, not in probably the game, but yeah. Robert Salad. Remember when you used to be a defensive coordinator for the
Staff point to
Niners?
some
So
talent
guess what,
trees
dude?
make you select a path.
You're now. Why does Sean Payton? I don't understand why Sean Payton doesn't have all of this. Like this, I feel like should all be fully upgraded, except maybe defense, the defensive coordinators. Then I understand that, but like these stuff that I'm doing that should have already been upgraded, in my opinion, should already been upgraded. So yeah, but hopefully this defense can do something this year. And you know what? Let's also just fire our offensive coordinator. Might as well, hey. And let's go get the GOAT, the myth, and the legend himself. His name is Brian Dable. Didn't expect him, huh? So I am expecting you to be an absolute legend, alright? And hopefully fix this offense. Alright? So I want you to turn whoever our quarterback is into the next Joe Burrow. Got it? That's all I'm asking for. It is not that much. Saying that it's not that much, that's all I have to ask for. So, yeah, but obviously, would I ever say that? No, I would never do something like that. That would just be ridiculous. And I think a lot of us would understand that one. So I'm honestly just hoping that that's a lie, that we actually do have a lot of cap space, and I don't think we're going to be getting anybody this year, but I'm just hoping that it can't be a lie again, so yeah, but no. We still have a negative cat space, and that means, most likely in that matter, Josh Uche.
Choose from 4 preset offers that range
But
in level.
I am just going to do the franchise tag. Which I know it doesn't say here that's like, oh, franchise tag is an option. So we're going to just give him a 1-year deal manually, fortunately. Manually a 1-year deal, right? Worth $18.5 million. So we're going to be here for a while. So how do you guys do? Okay. Well, there you go. $18.5 million. That makes us into Maybe more of the cap hell. Wait, does that mean that, like... I swear to God, if that means that he's still gone either way, I am going to piss myself in the floor. Because that is not what I meant to do. Whatsoever. So, yeah, our team heading into the season, it's probably still going to be the first overall pick, because just of, again, how much not talent on our team is. Okay, so yeah, you did get cut. Dang it. Well, that's alright. I guess we're just going to have to find another sure. Yay. Okay, let's just go see how these quarterbacks are. I'm honestly just a little curious, because I think... So, yeah. I think no matter what, Quan Freeman, with their first pick, might be actually be the guy. Because, like, great strength, elite throw power, decent speed. Like, he's pretty decent as an athlete. He's 23, but he's just a top 5 talent, so he's going to guarantee to probably be like a 75 plus. Just the other quarterbacks, I don't guaranteedly know who they're going to be at quarterback. Athletically, Mickens is... I think he might be better, but again, you never know. I kind of need to fully understand if he's better or not. While I'm expecting Paul Barman to be an absolutely... he's actually kind of alright athletic-wise for a strong-arm quarterback, so... heck, I think any of these guys could be your quarterback. Who knows? Then also, this guy, I bet you he's guaranteed to going to be a generational talent. And we're going to have to get him, because we kind of need a receiver outside of Armin Mims, and he can be a perfect slot receiver, literally. He's a slot receiver from Iowa State. You know what's funny? I feel like, like I said, it's funny how he's out of Ohio State. You know who's also out of Ohio State, who's expected to be a top 10 pick as a receiver? His name is Marvin Harrison Jr. So that's actually kind of funny to think about. Is he going to be generational? Maybe not, but he will be a nice receiver to at least fix a problem at receiver. And that... But yeah, like, I'm also going to have to look where we are in terms of drafting, because we are guaranteed to have the number 1 overall pick, so we could pick whoever the frick we want. But yeah, but I think I understand much of the receiver already. I just want to see the 2 quarterbacks guaranteed, and I guess the tackle maybe, like, just no. I don't really know, really. I mean, do I just, like, look for another edge rusher, I guess? I guess? Okay, so there are 4 quarterbacks. Might as well just see who the frick the best player is out of all of them. Might as well. I'm probably going to say it's probably going to be Qual Freeman, but, like, there is still some concerns in picking him. So that's why I'm a little just curious to see who might be the best quarterback in the class. I think the other quarterback that isn't strong arm, the one that I looked at before, I'm assuming he's going to be around the 2 talent or first rounder, because I just don't know why. Honestly, kind of looks better than the other quarterback, so yeah, but let's just see here. So yeah, he's around the 2 to 3 talent. He's surprisingly around 2 to 3 talent, and he's round 1 talent. But yeah, easily, without a question, we are taking Quan Freeman out of Indiana State. Hidden development. Please just do not suck. Like, that's literally all I'm asking for from you. Okay, so our pick is all the way until number 17. But what I'm going to try to do is try to get the Pittsburgh's number 2 overall pick. And you know what? Let's use some assets that we got to, well, from trades and see if that could work. They could use a center, I feel like, though. I don't think this is going to get it obviously accepted off the rim, obviously. Oh, and they don't even have cap space. Nice. Okay, so first and a second. We actually have, like, a roll of seconds. Okay, so not enough, so I'm just going to throw in a third as well. We actually have 2 third-round picks, so it makes sense. So, trade accepted for a first, a second, and a third, 17, 38, and 92. And with the pick, without a question, we are taking the wide receiver, because we, like I said, need receiver. So, yeah, we're also gonna just actually kind of just trade maybe the rest of the players for next year picks. So, who the guys we actually traded for. So,
And now on
yeah,
the clock,
hidden
the
development.
Minnesota
There you
Vikings.
go. And maybe Marvin Mims, I guess as well. Like, I kind of just want to like trade everybody. Like, I just want to completely just restart
The
our
Denver
teams,
Broncos
completely
are on the
revamp
clock.
our team. Zach Massivine, running back out of Buzo State. Those quarterbacks are available. Not taking them, obviously. Do I go with another pass catcher or just try to look for old lineman? Probably that, just because I'm going to be trading some anyway. Troy Miles. Let's go see him, I guess. Not surprisingly, his strength is god-awful, which is expected, I guess, for tackles for some reason, when they are
It's the
more
Bills
pass.
now on
He's
the clock.
unfortunately normal development, and I'm a little concerned with that pick just because of that on its own. So, but again, I'm just hoping for him to not suck and be good enough to protect him for as long as possible, because that's what pass protecting offensive linemen do. Let's go get another offensive lineman. Literally, all I'm just trying to do is draft the best defensive line possible, just so then he doesn't get sacked 30 million times. Okay, so there are literally nobody expected to get to round 1 to 2 that I want outside of, well. So I guess we're just gonna look for anybody else I might want. I guess we could go look at him. He has D and finesse, unfortunately, but he does have A in power moves and tackling, which is very nice. He's 6'5". He has some decent speed, elite strength. He is more of a 3-4 guy, but I still gladly take him. Oh, development, man. Dang it, man. Well, that sucks. Hopefully, though, we could just, like,
On the clock now, it's the Denver Broncos.
to draft some good offensive linemen, I guess. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I'm just trying my best to, like, draft a good offensive line for him to be behind. Let's go get Barry Bardner, I feel like. Like, because Barry Bardner looks pretty good. He's 21. Yeah, he's also very athletic as well. I think this is a little
On the
not...
clock now, it's the Green Bay
Okay, so
Packers.
again, hidden development, thank goodness. So you might actually have a cornerstone offensive lineman and Barry Bardner, hopefully.
Next up,
Then we get back-to-back picks.
on
We're going
the
to
clock.
probably just be using these on low linemen and then maybe one defensive player, I guess. So don't get too ahead of yourselves. Or maybe even a running back. I don't know. The other pick is kind of a wild card, but for sure, we are getting another offensive lineman. I want him to be protected, hopefully, for the future, so he doesn't get hurt.
The Denver
Barry
Broncos
Mitchell, welcome
are
to the
on
team.
clock.
Another hidden development offensive lineman. I'm just hoping these suckers can just be good. That's kind of all I'm asking for here. Alright, so with this pick, do we want to get a weapon for him? I mean, we already got one, so I guess it kind of makes no sense, but let's just go get a defensive, like, let's go get a secondary player. Our secondary is kind of lackluster right now. Jason Callaway. Jason Callaway is 22. He's good, I guess, as an athlete. But there was also this other safety I was a little interested in Shira Bates. He also, like, he has way better key rating stats. But he is a less athletic, but he also is a little bit younger, so I think I am gonna just take James Callaway. I think, or I could just wait for the third round. I think that might be what I might want to do. Yeah, and then there's this guy. Do I just take this guy and then get the other free safety? I think that's what I do.
Now on the clock.
Hidden development, Leon Means. I didn't even look at him actually. 87 acceleration, 91 agility, 90 speed. And he got some good ratings, so hopefully he's a 73 overall. That's pretty much all I'm asking for from him. So, yeah. So now we're just moving on all the way to the third round of the draft. And hope to get another good safety in James Callaway or any of the other safeties that are available, in that matter. Yeah, these two safeties were the ones that why I kind of hold back on safety. This guy is a scheme fit, which is something that kind of wants me to. Yeah, this guy might be a guy I might want to draft. Even with that a decent acceleration, he's very fast.
With the next selection.
Yeah, he's normal dev, and he might not be that good, but at least he's a scheme fit, which is nice. Okay, so with this next pick, I think, again, we're going with O-line. I know we're drafting so many O-linemen, but I want him to be protected so, again, he doesn't get injured. Obviously, I would also understand the factor of drafting a running back, so he doesn't throw the ball like a million times, but I kind of want to still fix the O-line, and you know, Randy Donald has some good ratings. A to C, awareness, A to C, pass block, A, impact block. He's very solid and athletic-wise. I'm going to go take him. Amy Waddle. Normal development, but again, he doesn't have to be good. This is a 4th-round pick we're talking about. All I'm asking for him is to be a backup. All I'm asking for.
It's the
like
Broncos
a decent backup option. So that's all I'm asking for. It's like 68, 69. That's all I'm asking for. Center, I think, is probably going to be my next pick here. And there are no centers, pretty much I want. Okay, then. Nope, no wide receivers. There is a tight end, but I think I could maybe get those tight ends later. Let's go get Monte, maybe Thomas, maybe. Like, I'm hoping that he could just be good. Really all I'm asking for, really. I think he might be a good running back. And he's also normal. So he has some good key ratings. He is a solid enough speed receiver. And he got some good traits, but not as better as I thought he was going to be. So Adam Sandler, though, so far is still my number one option. AJ Arnold, he's, I think, younger. He kind of does have the same athletic abilities, but I think he is a little worse. So I think so far I like Adam Sandler. But then there's also this tight end in Dorian Peterson, who's possession. He's also 22. He's more athletic, but for the life of me, I don't think he has better traits. I kind of like Dorian Peterson, but at the same time, I like Adam Sandler. So, yeah. Adam Sandler, welcome to the team. Normal development. Not surprised. So, let's go simulate to the next 5th round pick, and this is going to hopefully be I'm going to be linebacker, and hopefully this linebacker can be the guy to fix the linebacking core in some capacity. Kieran Ankins, you got some good traits. He's good athletic-wise, except strength, so you don't have to take a shot in the dark. Hey, another hidden development, but that's alright. I'm just hoping our draft wasn't a gigantic stinker, because after all, like, if this draft sucks, which hopefully it isn't, it's going to hold us back for a while, and we're probably not going to be good for 4 to 5 years. But if this draft is amazing, which I don't think it is, we could be a team that might be a sneaky playoff contender. Like, if everybody's like a 75 or plus overall, which I'm not expecting. But the quarterback and right receiver, that isn't a stretch. So, yeah, but I'm just honestly praying for our O-line to be an alright, our quarterback to be in a high overall, and our receiver to be an amazing. So, I'm hoping for it in that matter. So, draft recap, moment of truth, and yeah, we got 279s in the quarterback and wide receiver. Then we got some good players with the next 4 picks. Troy Miles, a little disappointing, but again, he's a 73, so that's fine. Brad Stevenson, he's a good one. Then you also got 2 offensive linemen in a row in Barry Baltimore and Barry Mitchell. Then we got Lloyd Means, who is a 75. Then we started to drop in overall significantly. Dorian Whiteside, 70, 67. 64 with the guard. 66 for the running back. 64 for the tight end. 63 for the outside linebacker. And 64 for the middle linebacker. So yeah, those later round picks are pretty freaking garbage. But we did get some good early round pick players. So our O-line should still be good. I mean, our center still is not a need, and our right guard is going to unfortunately still be a need. But our offense should definitely be a lot better this year than it was last year, because we actually have a quarterback. Our running backs are still the same, unfortunately. Our receiver deserves. What is the issue with our cap space? Like, it's getting pretty irritating right now. And you know what? Let's also try to trade Barn Barno. Okay, we don't have enough cap space for that. Is it because of Tim Patrick's contract? Like, that's literally the only thing I'm thinking of at this point, because we should not be paying that much money at the moment, because our team is mainly just rookies. So, what I'm assuming, it's probably because of Tim Patrick's contract. That is literally the only thing I can assume. So we're going to go to the regular season, and hope that this guy can just get traded, and we can move on with our lives, and yeah. Again, I think we're probably going to we might honestly get the first overall pick again, just because of how bad our team is. And again, we don't really... I am planning to trade Johnson III. I am planning to trade Christian Jerisaw. Eric McCoy might be a later trade player. So yeah, like Christian Jerisaw, Josh Uche, and then Tim Patrick. So those are all the players we're trading. Which, hopefully Tim Patrick is the issue with the cap space at the moment, and then we can finally get back to the positives, because I don't know why we aren't in the first place. You know what, let's see. Where are we at the moment in terms of if we're able to relocate? We're hanging in there. We can rebuild our stadium. Not doing that. I mean, our stadium's alright, so... Again, I just want to get away from the Broncos age and just move on to a different team name, so... Yeah, but I am just hoping that Tim Patrick is the big reason of why our cap space is so freaking bad. And yeah, it probably is, because if I cut him, $9.9 million in cap. That's a lot of money. So, let's see. Any teams fully interested in any of these players? So, the Ravens and the Rams, Raiders, Ravens, they're interesting teams. I don't know why I said a different team. Patriots, they're interested. Panthers are interested. Okay, the Lions are fully interested. If the Lions are fully interested, I might as well. First round pick next year. Literally all I'm asking for 3 amazing players. You know what? Let's also throw in a second. I'm a little nitpicky, but I want this, and that's it. That's literally all I'm asking for. Alright. first and second next year from the Lions for exchange of Tim Patrick, Christian Darrisaw, and Barry Badmore. So, good for you. Now our defense is officially a 69 overall. A little sad, not gonna lie, that our team is this bad now on defense. And now we're gonna make this defense even worse by trading Jermaine Johnson in the second. But I'm also just hoping that we can actually get something rather than nothing. So, yeah. I'm just honestly hoping to get a first next year, which I don't think we're going to get that, unfortunately, but we could. And trade accepted. Alright, first round pick next year. So now we got 3 first round picks next year, so that's nice. So yeah, our offense should be alright this year. It's not going to be amazing, but our O-line, it's capable. I think it's capable to being an O-line. Our receiving group is pretty good. We got Greg Dutch. He's back from injury. Marvin Mims Jr., the rookie receiver, and Terrace Marshall Jr. So, yeah, this team, I think this offense should maybe be ranked around, like, 28, something like that. This defense is probably going to be ranked the worst just because of how terrible just everywhere is. Like, everywhere is just garbage. Let's just move him to corner. I kind of want to see our free safety play, and at least for him to be a backup, so at his position. So I'm just hoping for our team to just develop into being a team that can be good. So yeah, and he's our corner slot cornerback. And you know what? Before we move on, I didn't even know we had this guy. Because he was a strong safety? Yeah, he is. Let's cut him. I don't really care that much. But John Mechie, though, I will gladly take you as my WR3 option. I also would like to try to get Clyde Edwards-Helaire, which I don't think we're going to unfortunately have enough cap space to try to get all the players I want. I also want to get Carlton Brooks and just move him to D-tackle. So we're just barely making enough money to be above the cap space at the moment. We kind of need to cut some players, and I don't know who to cut exactly. Who should we cut? Let's just look at re-signing players. Might as well. I mean, I don't think there is going to be anybody on this team, hopefully, keeping our contracts, like, completely downward. I'm hoping so. Terrace Marshall, I think, is probably going to be one of those players that is going to probably get cut, because I think he's making like 2 point something. Let's face it, he does not deserve that much money. We could, if we trade him, we get over 10 million. That is very tempting. That's pretty darn tempting, not gonna lie. Cutting him, that's easy. Getting over $1 million of cap space, that's a very easy one. Trading Aaron McCoy, I think, has got to be doing something, because, like, getting $10 million of cap, that's a lot. And we're just at 80 overall, too, like, that's kind of pocket change. Let's try to get a second next year. That's really all I'm asking for. Second next year for Aaron McCoy, just to get that contract out of here. Here we go. Yeah, we are taking all the sweet time in the world. Okay, let's just see. Is there any other players I want to get rid of by any chance? I don't think there is. I mean, outside of Terrace Marshall, I don't think there is anybody else. So let's just cut Terrace Marshall Jr. then, and as well. So, yep, he's going to be gone. So we probably are around like 12, which should be enough money to get all the players that I want in free agency, which hopefully can fix around this team a little bit. So Clyde Edwards-Helaire is the first player I want to get because he's very young, There is some talent in him. It's just like he's not really showing his potential. Wow, there are a lot of running backs that are actually like available to free agency that I actually would prefer to get, but preferably I am going to get Clyde Edwards-Helaire, former first-round pick, by the way. Not saying that like he's probably going to go to like a first-round pick form, but just saying that and pointing that out there. Christian Harris, you are one of the players on my list, so welcome as a member of the Denver Broncos, which hopefully will change eventually. Let's also get Leo Chenal, let's start building on this linebacking core. And then the final player I want to get is Devontae White, which I'm surprised he's cut. So let's go get him, another former first-round pick, by the way. So, Carl Brooks, Devontae Wyatt will both be moved to D-tackle, while Clyde Edwards-Helaire will stay at running back. I really think our team probably is going to get better after these moves, and when they get used to the playbook, I think they could be some decent players to hopefully fix this pretty young team at the moment, unfortunately. Devontae Wyatt will be moved to D-tackle. Hopefully, he could just be a decent D-tackle, or heck, DT number 3 at least, like just something like that. Carl Brooks, he might just be a backup for now, maybe. Again, like, you never know, but I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't, so yeah. Alright, so we are 1-6. So, I mean, we were pretty much better than we were last year. Or, I mean, we already got the kind of wins that we didn't have last year. Okay, so our offense is top 10. That's pretty good, but our defense is ranked 28. Okay. Our quarterback is doing pretty good so far, so I guess it's pretty nice. Clyde Edwards, he's doing alright for himself. Greg Dutchess is going off. Same thing with our rookie receiver, who can hopefully win Offensive Rookie of the Year, or our quarterback, one of the two. Both tackles have combined 9 sacks. Well, 18 to be precise and combined, but our left guard at least has yet to allow a sack, so that's a good thing for him. Let's see our sack totals. Okay, 2 sacks for Thomas, he's a linebacker. The only player on our line that's actually gotten a sack is Devontae Wyatt. That is actually a little upsetting and very concerning. Because I actually drafted a defensive lineman. So, J.L. Skinner and Jabal Cock and Riley Moss, all players with interceptions. Weekly rewards. I wonder if any of our players by chance got a weekly reward. Not surprisingly. Actually, I was looking at the wrong side. Oh, one of them did, and J.K. Skinner. That was about it. But hey, that's cool. So it seems to be just now our defense is kind of the problem. Like, I mean, yeah, defense was still the problem last year, but it wasn't, like, the main problem. And what I want to focus on, like, what position I want to focus on. Definitely not quarterback, I'll tell you that. Do I want to focus on... I don't want to focus on safety, because that's our tier 3 guy. Corner? I mean, I kind of do need some corners outside of Darian Mathis, so that could be useful. Middle linebacker, outside linebackers, the best defensive player position. I want to go with outside linebacker. We kind of could use some outside linebackers outside of very call, so yeah. Dang, it's already an hour already. Dang. But again, like, I'm honestly kind of hoping that we get 2-15 this year. I think that's going to be good enough to get the first overall pick again. But that's alright. Okay, so yeah, we are having a lot of players that we're going to need to resign in week 11. But we also have over $200 million in cap space. So, yeah. We're going to simulate the week 11 anyway. I really don't really mind to try to get to week 11. Because who knows, maybe we might win another game. I'm honestly just praying for our quarterback to get... We're also going to look at their depth traits, I think, at week 11, because they should be then unlocked by then. So, yeah. But, I mean, it's so far looking alright for our team. Well, again, this is kind of what I expected, because our team sucks all over. Okay, so we kind of lost by a comfortable margin, 33-14. Riley Dixon, you know what? You're probably going to get cut by the end of the year. So, enjoy your final year, maybe as a punter, maybe. While it lasts, because this could be your last year as a punter, so, before you could retire, because we want to get you. Well, if we're going to get wrecked by the Raiders, I'm going to expect us to get wrecked by the Ravens. Why I always get those two teams confused in Madden sometimes. And yeah, not surprisingly, we got absolutely destroyed by the Baltimore Ravens. And we're about to be going against the Raiders. Again. Okay, so I feel like her death trait should be upgraded by now. And he is superstar. Okay. That's pretty solid. He has star death. Are you kidding me? How in the world does this guy have star death? Like, I don't understand. I thought he was going to have a lot higher, but... Okay, then. Clyde Edwards. I'm sorry for all of this, you know. He likes everything, just except that we're not winning right now. And he's out for pretty much the rest of the year. Due to a dislocated ankle. So that's nice. But don't worry, I'll make sure you get a payday. Oh, that's probably what the new injury is dislocated ankle. No, he should be back in week 17, 18, but that's about it. But everybody else is, like, really players I don't care about. Even the tight end at this point, because he's going to be lucky if he could be he could be on a football team by the end of the year. Or by the end of his contract. So, yeah. Week 11, yep, we got 13 players. There's only going to be a few players I would like to bring back. So, yeah. And the first player I want to bring back is Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He surprisingly doesn't have any interest, but I would like to bring him back. I actually would. This might be a little too much, but I would. I mean, it's fine for us because we got the cap space to do it. Alright, so he's back on a friendly deal. John Mechie. I'm hoping that he can come back and develop into an amazing receiver, just slot, I guess. And he is back. Alright. Leno Chen, I would like to give you a 6-year deal contract. If he could develop into a very good player, this is a guy who we might be locked in with a very, very cheap contract. Devontae Wyatt, I would like to give you a 3-year deal. Hopefully you can accept this. There you go. Like, we got a lot of money still. Like, this is from after giving them all these contracts, too. Our kicker, I would like to bring you on a long-term deal as our kicker. And he is back. We got $179 million in cap. That's a lot of money. And there's only like 2 more players I want to bring back, and Christian Harris and the other guy. I would also like to give you a long-term contract, and he does not want that contract, so that's a little frustrating. Carl Brooks. Normal dev still. What about defense? I don't think we even drafted any hidden dev. Oh yeah, I forgot him. But he's star anyway. He's normal dev, unfortunately. I think could develop a lot better if he was star. Or superstar in that matter. But it's not just how life works, unfortunately. Let's go simulate to the off season and just hope we suck again, I guess. Alright, again, we went 1-16. Honestly, I'm a little sad in that matter that we once again went 1-16. He now has superstar dev, and he should probably develop a lot better as a wide receiver, and he could maybe be the guy on our team. So